Well, talking about modal verbs, we are going to analyze would. Would has different weak forms. One of them is d in isolation, and this form is pronounced after personal subject pronouns. That means when they are contracted. I'd buy it if I had money. She'd have phoned if she had arrived. We also have a second possibility that is ed, and this form is pronounced elsewhere in very rapid speech. That'll be a waste of money. In the case of would and wood, the first option coincides with the strong form, and the second one occurs occasionally as a weak form. They occur when we find subject modal inversion in questions. That means, like in this example, why would they phone so early? When would she leave? Would she like tea or coffee? In this combination, would you, we also find the process of coalescent assimilation in rapid speech, and this process will combine the final d and the initial ya to say would you. The strong form of would is would, and it occurs when would is followed by the weakest form of not. I wouldn't be even if I wouldn't buy it even if I could afford it. Or in emphatic affirmative when the modal verb is stressed. As a child, he would have this way. Before a pause, if I could, I would, but I can't help you today. In final position as a sentence substitute, I said it could be done, not that it would. In initial position before an unstressed pronoun, would you do it for me? In tag questions, hold this for me, would you? In WH, question plus auxiliary plus unstressed pronoun. How would I? Must. The last modal verb we're going to study and analyze has different weak forms. The meaning in the weak form implied by the use of a weak form is that of weak obligation or unescapable obligation. Must is a pronunciation. Is used before consonant sounds. We must get moving as soon as possible. You must remember you're only a beginner. We must tell mother. So this is a weak obligation or unescapable obligation. Must before a vowel sound, we notice that there's a slight change in the pronunciation. We add the final t sound because the following sound is a vowel sound. You must answer my emails more often. She must eat before she goes. And we also use the weak form in questions. Must is used to ask about wishes or intentions of a person one is speaking to, beginning with a WH word. Why must you always leave your dirty clothes in the bathroom? On the contrary, the strong form of must are pronounced with this vowel sound, ah, and the resulting pronunciation is must. When must is used with the meaning of strong necessity, it is used in the strong form. I really must go now. It's after midnight. It's a nasty cut. You must see a doctor at once. You've broken it again. You must be more careful next time. When must carries the meaning of supposition, inference, or deduction, it is also used in the strong form. She left an hour ago. She must be home now. It must be about 5 o'clock. Your mother's looking awfully pale. She must be ill. In the construction must be, must goes in the strong form and be in the weak. John looks tired but pleased with himself this month. Yes, he must have been doing lots of overtime. We went to Mallorca. That must have been nice. In the contraction must have been, must is in the strong form, have is in the weak form, and been in the weak form. So must have been. And when must is combined with the weaker form of not is in the strong form. He mustn't find out what's happening. You mustn't move any of the papers from my desk. Well, these are all the words affected by the process of gradation. You have to read the whole gradation booklet carefully, pay attention to all the exceptions and changes in the pronunciation, and apply to the transcriptions you're supposed to do. Good luck!